Hey, oh wait, it's the Rec Room. It's the Rec Room. Yeah, that's right, y'all. We back once again, man. You know how we do it each and every week as much as possible, man. We here. We got the whole squad in the building one more time. You know what I'm talking about, man?
Missing somebody.
Oh man, we are missing the Muse, man. We missing Kareem, my man, Kareem Muse, man. What's happening, Kareem? Don't forget. Kareem. Big shout out to Big Lou, one of the executive producers of Rec Room Entertainment and Sports. But right now, you know how we do. We got to introduce the whole crew at the table right now. We in the black room. Okay, you know how we do it. We got my man T Sweat, also known as T Sweat, but you can call him T Sweat.
T Sweat.
All right, we got my man Jay on the MIC. Jay, what up, though? I see it. Okay.
Got a new addition to the collection.
We taking command.
We're going to make the NFC East great again.
We making them great again, boy. I see it. Then we got my man Macomilly, a.k.a. Coach Joey.
Coach Joey.
What it do? What's going on?
Hi, man. And y'all know me. It's your boy YaBoyKWhit, man. Your mama's #1 draft pick. Hey, a.k.a. Russell Hustle Westbrook. We in the building, man.
Rick.
This is what we're going to do, man. This is what we're going to do. We got a lot going on today. So much to cover. I think we pretty much got it together, man. So why don't we just hit the ground running like we always do, folks?
Yes, sir. Let's get it, man.
So I'm saying, Sweat, how you feeling today, bro? You good?
I'm pretty good.
Okay. Now let me ask you something, Sweat. What happened over the weekend that was monumental? I mean, because I don't want to talk about it. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about it. So tell me what happened over the weekend. Game 7.
What happened was
Game 7.
Jimmy Butler missed a 3-point shot.
Oh man.
So a green team won,
right?
And they gonna get beat in the finals.
There you go.
Bottom light skin snipers.
Bottom light skin boys.
Bottom light skin snipers, right? Okay. The Splash Brothers +2 because y'all gonna have Jordan Poole. They gonna bring Juan Toscano Anderson. He ain't played in a minute. He gonna shoot. But anyway, we gonna talk about it real quick, man.
Congratulations, though.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Let's give him a hand clap.
As the number one, as a huge fan of the Boston Celtics, you know I got to bring it up in conversation. Number one, first of all, let's just say that Game 7s are like the two best words in sports. Game 7 in hockey, Game 7 in basketball. NFL. It's just one and done. But Game 7s in the NBA are always really special, man. So the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat went head to head in Miami. Let's make that clear. Boston in Miami. Okay, so everything worked out in the Celtics' favor, except for my man Jimmy Butler put on a show. He played all 48 minutes. He laid it out on the line. It was
for that.
I mean, but it reminded me of the bubble. When he played when he played the whole game in the bubble, you know what I'm saying? So we got to give Jimmy Butler some props, man. You know what I'm saying? So Jimmy Butler came out with 35 points and pretty much 14 rebounds. Kyle Lowry had 15 points and 7 rebounds. Bam Adebayo put up a nice 25 and 11. And then in the long run, you know what I'm saying? Still yet the Celtics, came out and did what they had to do. Because, look at this, right? Stat lines look real nice. We got Tatum with 26, 10, and 6 assists. We got Jaylen Brown with 24 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Then we got my man, Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. And the old man, Al Horford, with 15 rebounds and 12 of them being defensive. That was pretty much like the big part of the game.
Yeah, rebound is everything.
Game 7, rebounding and free throws, man. Really going to tell. Really could make a big difference on who gonna win that game, man.
And it's a huge deal to win the game in somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all were leading majority of the game too, as well. Miami cut it. Y'all had some big leads. Miami cut it down. Came real close. I really feel like Miami just missing that third score. They was looking for some scoring from a third person.
Tyler Hero being hurt was
tough for them to have Tyler Hero and Kyle Lowry hurt.
Well, Lowry played. Yeah, he came back and played, but injuries. Y'all were the healthiest team by far. I had some injuries too. Now Williams was getting hurt. Marcus Smart got hurt, missed the game. So it was injuries on both sides. But this Game 7, if you out there playing, you got to come and bring it. Unfortunately, Bam and Jimmy really came to play, but nobody else came and contributed. They just probably need an extra 5 to 7 points from one of those guys. Couldn't really get it going. Strus was really hot games 5 and 6. I think he hit like 13 straight threes at one point. He kind of went away. He hit a big shot down the stretch, but let's talk about that shot. Jimmy Butler took that 3. Yep, down 2 with 20 seconds left. It was a good shot. I personally don't like that he took the 3 though. I wish he would have. He was so effective getting to the cup. I wish he would have got to the cup and kind of prolonged the game.
I think he felt like Al Horford would have blocked it. That's the only reason I think he shot that 3.
In my opinion,
he would have made it hard for him.
In my opinion,
that could have happened. I feel like he got so much respect though. He might have got the foul call
because he had one layup before that. Like he kind of had to push over. Make him not block it.
Offensive foul?
I think he thought about that.
I mean, it was a good look.
But the Celtics do it all the time, so they gave him that one.
It was a good look. It came up a little short.
Yeah,
but just for the fact that he played the entire game,
right?
I know your legs ain't all the way up under you,
and he had his. I might have would have tried to get to the
series. I would have got a mid range, yeah.
And the whole my idea was, and I saw this, repeated like a lot on a news station that reports sports. We ain't gonna get them no problem, but you know what I'm saying. The whole idea was I think the bell goes off, man. We can't do this for another 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
So he tried to win the game, but even and this is just my opinion. Even if he would have hit the 3, they would have just been up 1. That ain't nothing for us to go down there.
Plenty time for Boston.
Right, plenty time for us to call a timeout. Yeah. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tate, somebody go shoot a 2. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jay, you know what I'm saying, as a basketball connoisseur, having watched the finals, like what was one of your takeaways from the game as heated as it was? Like, what did you see? Like, what did you take away at the end of it?
I mean, first of all, as far as the shot with Jimmy Butler, they were talking about it on the 4-Letter Network earlier today. Mm-hmm. They were talking about basically his frame of mind, Jimmy Butler's thought process when he took the shot. Like, man, I'm not going through no overtime.
Right.
I can't make it through overtime.
Yeah.
None of us can make it through overtime.
Really. That makes sense too. Yeah, he did play the whole game. Mm-hmm. I feel you on that.
He pushes his team, he puts the team on his back, and then it always ends up to the point where literally he's putting the team on his back.
Literally.
And last time, it was a bit different as far as the circumstances. These were some young guys.
They were young.
This time around is, can't have that happen again. If they ever get that far, can't have that happen again.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. And I'm not a hater, but I don't like. What I didn't like was how they took away that 3-point shot from Max Strus. Like a minute later, did y'all notice that? They replayed it. He was out of bounds. Yeah. But like in the finals, man, in the Game 7, you don't want that to be like the narrative. Oh, they took away 3 points, so we could have won the game. Yeah, he shot. He came off of a screen, and he got a long foot, so his heel was on the line, and he hit the shot. But they went down. I think Jaylen Brown got fouled, and then while they were getting ready to take the foul shot, they reviewed it and they took the 3 away from him.
That was in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, that was in the fourth.
Late.
I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
Close. It was almost like maybe 7-8 minutes.
Okay,
into the fourth.
That's a big 3 points.
Yeah, so it
changes a lot.
That would have been. That's what I'm saying. I would have wanted to be.
If he was out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they got the rule.
But that's why they. But the last in the fourth quarter, I think the New York has to review everything.
Oh yeah,
they
made sure they ain't
so they basically missing nothing. And I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't know who Max Strus was, but he could play on my team any day.
Max a baller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Go ahead.
I feel like Miami after this loss. Shout out to all the Miami Heat fans. I know it's a lot of y'all. Y'all be representing too. Y'all hold y'all
Big Treg, what it do?
Somebody check on Treg, man. I didn't even think about that.
Big body.
I'm about to check on Treg.
Chris Smalls, Matt Tom. Hey man.
Matt Tom. Yeah.
I know a whole lot of Miami Heat fans. Yeah. Been Heat fans for years too.
We should have bet some Sweet Louise chicken to see if we could have Matt Tom was
them honey yakis.
Wasn't Treg on? Didn't Treg call?
Trey was right. Yeah,
he's not calling in.
He's not calling tonight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Another dope thing I noticed. I know everybody else noticed that Jason Tatum wore the Kobe on wristband, the 24 purple wristband on his arm, and he texts Kobe phone. You know what I'm saying, that I got you. He takes Kobe phone. I got you. Now I don't know. You know what I'm saying. I've lost people in life, but I've always wondered like if their phone numbers still work. Like I wonder if somebody who got Kobe number was like, man, who the heck is this talking about? I got you.
Oh, yeah, somebody else.
Yeah, somebody.
Oh, he's so monumental. They probably ain't.
Yeah, you know what? You might. Or his wife still got the phone.
Yeah, something like that.
His wife still got the phone or something like that.
I feel like, man, after Miami has lost and now they're in the off season, I feel like they need to make a move for another score.
Another score.
Now
speculation. This is speculation, and of course, it's not gonna happen no time soon. Did y'all see all the ruckus that happened when Joel Embiid tweeted that he needs another score?
He's going to Portland.
Yeah, never trade him.
He's talking about he's going to Brooklyn.
Embiid not getting traded.
Embiid. No, first of all, remember if they trade Embiid, they traded him for the farm. You have to use picks on top of picks on top of Bam Adebayo, everybody. Pack your bags. Okay,
they're not getting rid of.
But yeah, they're not going. In reality, setting in. Of course, that would be too much money.
I think they need to upgrade at point guard. Lowry, he getting older.
I think Lowry is a good fit. He fits really well. It just was really it really was one of them. Yeah, it was really one of them tough years for Kyle Lowry. You know what I mean? Like the year they won the championship, Kyle Lowry, had it not been for, what's my man name? Kawhi Leonard, would have been the star of the team.
He was balling in Toronto now. I'm saying,
but he ain't in Toronto no more.
He not giving me them Toronto vibes in Miami. I feel like he need a younger point
guard. He look a little chunky too. I ain't lying.
I mean, that's his.
He be flopping so bad.
He be out there eating at a roast con pollo.
That's how he be flopping though.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus,
he do that. He
Lowry be flopping the whole game.
But I mean, if Miami can make a move and make a smart move, they could be right back in the thick of things.
That's Kyle Lowry's skill. That's he's a defensive playmaker, and he doesn't flop, but he takes charges. He'll take a charge.
This is my my scale right here. If everything you're doing has nothing to do with basketball, a basketball play, it's time to hang it up. You know what I'm saying? When you say, "Oh, I think I can get pushed," or I think I can grab his shirt. When you find yourself doing things other than basketball plays, and I'm not saying
his skill set. Yeah, his skill set.
He still has some skill. He still has something left in the tank, but I think when it comes to a certain
it's like 65-35. That 35%.
I'm gonna get out of here.
That 35% is just him tugging on jerseys and trying to, I'm gonna fall this time.
But let's show some love to the teams that made it to the big dance.
Yes, sir. That's right, man. Boston
the two best teams made it.
State, man.
In my opinion, the two best teams made it to the NBA Finals. The healthiest teams, the two most talented teams.
I'm glad you say that, Joe, because you know why? Do you know why? Everybody knows why. Because at the top of all of the defensive statistical categories, it's hard to say defensive statistical categories. Boston is either number one. Boston is number one, and Golden State is either number 2 or number 3. And I'm talking about all of them: defensive rebounds, steals, blocks, points over turnovers, defensive rating, so on and so forth. So it's all Boston and all Golden State. That's it.
So do you think Boston defense can stop the high-powered Warriors offense?
The idea is nobody can stop them, but can you hinder it for a short period of time? I think we can hinder it. You ain't stopping all. You're not stopping all of them. It's hard to. I think, in my opinion, it's hard to stop Clay and Steph and then Draymond and then Jordan Poole.
Who got home court?
The Golden State has home court.
Golden State have home court.
Okay. So we going to San Francisco. Of course, game 1 and 2. Gotcha. And in my opinion, the idea is Boston, and this is something I learned from, my big Uncle Shaq. Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal. That the idea is certain things will win, in championship settings. Okay, and when you're home, Shaq always says your others have to play. Oh yeah. But when you're away, your defense has to carry. And in this case, right now, Boston was 23-18 away from home, 33-19 in the conference. So that's a pretty good.
So you think home court gonna be a determining factor?
I think home court will be a determining factor, but it'll be nullified at least by game 3. It ain't gonna matter. By game 3, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter.
I think in any series, I think game 3 is the most important game.
Right, because we don't
usually whoever win that game. Usually whoever win that game wins.
Somebody up 2-0, if they win game 3, of course.
It's a hard one. That's what I'm saying. By game 3, we really gonna know. But
let's get some predictions going real quick.
I'm predicting Ime Udoka puts a defensive game plan together that it's not gonna stop him. But it'll hinder that and like y'all done heard me talk about it like several weeks in a row. It's so demoralizing when you start seeing Draymond Green hit bounce passes to Steph Curry.
He hit them bounce passes.
Yeah, boy, for real. Draymond Green hit that bounce pass and it go the other way. It's Steph Curry there and shoot a 3.
He's dope.
Man, he got that. Like that's
so Boston and what? Boston and what?
I'm saying honestly, man, Boston is 7, and I'm sticking with it. It's Boston is 7, and I'm saying it's 7 because I really think them first 3 games are going to determine everything.
Okay,
really. What you got to say about it, Coach Joe?
I'm gonna go ahead and go with them light skinned snipers, bro. Golden State in 6.
Okay,
hard fought games. I don't think it's gonna be too many blowouts.
I don't think so.
We talk about some matchups. It's gonna be some interesting matchups in this. I want to see how they defend Tatum. I want to see who they put on Tatum. I think they got some different options.
They gonna have to slide Wiggins around.
I want to see the defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart. I want to see how he guards Steph. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna give him the responsibility of guarding Steph solely?
Right.
Or the majority of the time, are they gonna put him off and let him get Clay Poole sometimes? We'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see Wiggins and Otto Porter on Tatum and Brown.
That's crazy.
So we gonna see, man. It's gonna be some interesting matches, but ultimately, I just think Golden State has more experience, more veteran leadership. They've been here before. This is Boston. This Boston Celtics team first time in the NBA Finals, led by a great coach, up and coming coach, up and coming team. Boston will be here plenty more times after this, but I just think Golden State has a little bit too much experience for them, and ultimately that gets the job done.
Yes, sir.
Another tidbit. So Ime Udoka is the first rookie head coach to win multiple Game 7s in a playoff series.
That's
it's
dope.
the Nia Magic.
Say what?
Yeah, Nia Long. Things seem to happen the right way.
I need something they can find.
Now, who you think will win?
Before I learned that something that had nothing to do with basketball was a fact.
What is it?
Damn, son, you got Nia Long. Yo, you look at him. Hold on, and I hate it.
What?
Hold on.
That's what determined it.
So
all this for him to say the Warriors
do I smell some hate? Just a little bit.
Yeah, man, it's coming. Hold on. Here it goes.
Okay.
So Nia Long, you look at him and he's like, yo, what he's intense, man. I mean, he's intense.
She probably tell him no lose.
Hold on.
My bad.
He's intense, man. Sometimes I think he's gonna put hands on some of them guys, man.
Who in Udoka?
Yeah,
I think that's like technique. I think that's the Coach Popovich coming out of him,
especially him being right. He's been through the
he's been through a lot. You played for Coach Pop. Listen,
he's got all kind of pointers.
Yeah, right.
Make him think you gonna kill him.
Right, exactly.
Put the fear of God in him.
Exactly. Yeah,
I get it.
Talk about their mothers just a little bit,
but that's Nia back there, man, in the background.
And she's his rock, or
Warriors in 6, man. Warriors in 6.
I wanted to be an even longer series. I wanted to go to Game 7. I want to see these clutch moments, but I just feel like
you think they just the Warriors.
Clay in his rhythm right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm scared of him. And I honestly, I'm not hating. I want to see if they win. I like Klay Thompson as a person. You know. The young man's come back from so much adversity.
That'd be great.
Kind of like 2 injuries back to back. Like, he was just coming back. He was just on the court and then take a jump shot and mess up your Achilles. Like, that's gotta hurt. So I like the idea, but I want to see my boys win.
That's crazy.
I want to see my boys win. No sweat, man. What you got, man? Prediction. Go.
All right, I'm gonna go game to game. Game 1, Warriors gonna win by a little good margin, but it's not gonna be a drag game. Second game gonna be a drag.
Wow.
So it's gonna be 2-0. Y'all gonna win game 3.
Right. Okay.
They're gonna win game 4.
Wow, that's a gentleman sweep. Is what you're going for right now?
Yeah, I say the Warriors in
5
in Boston.
No, I say in 6. They're gonna beat
y'all.
I
want them to sweep. I want them to get swept.
They're gonna beat them.
I don't.
I didn't even lie, man.
Come on, bro.
I
want them to get swept.
Nah. I want to see a good series. I don't want to see a sweep, bro.
So,
I want to see a good series.
So shout out to my man Matt Tom. You know what I'm saying? Matt Tom, what's up? If this don't work out, Matt Tom, I need a pan of Sweet Louise chicken, the Henny Yaki wings. I need something.
Man,
I need something.
Hey,
I've seen it.
You gotta try that shrimp.
What? Gotta try shrimp?
Yes.
Oh yeah, man.
Because
if we gonna do it, we gonna do it proper.
We had the luxury to have a whole feast of dishes.
Yeah, I missed the cookout. I missed the cookout that time. I missed the cookout. So shouts out to
pull up the next time, man. Next time you see that advertisement, come on.
One thing,
definitely disappointed.
One quick thing, we didn't really, as far as like the defensive, you got the best defensive team. I would say one of the best defensive teams against a good offensive team.
The best offensive team.
Right? So that's my main clash. What's going to happen here? Usually it doesn't look like the best defensive team is going to even, have any success, but we'll see.
The good thing about Boston, though, we get so caught up in their defense, they have offense as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got offense as well.
And it's intense.
Smart, they cannot afford for Smart to miss any time. Smart, you got to gut and play these games out. I don't know if you still hurt, how that foot doing. they gonna need all guns on deck. They need everybody,
every last one,
everybody. Both teams need everybody.
I'm gonna need Pritchard. I'm gonna need White. I'm gonna need
coming back.
Is Gary Payton?
Yeah, he's coming back. That's what I'm saying. Like we still haven't seen what the Warriors can offer, and then
they got so many different lineups they can switch up. It's gonna come down to adjustments. Which coach is gonna make the better adjustments, man? It's gonna come down to that.
Steve Kerr is
scary.
Steve Kerr is a mind too.
Shout out to Steve Kerr, but I don't think a lot of too much people don't give Steve Kerr his due diligence.
Like, because he is coaching.
He's coaching.
He ain't just letting them run out there and play. He's coaching.
He wasn't just handed the team and they just did it by themselves.
No.
He was part of the reason why.
Mark Jackson helped lay the foundation, but Steve Kerr put the roof on the building
and took it to the next level.
Took it to the next level. I got one more question for y'all before we go to the next. Who you think? All right, however y'all say who's gonna win, who's gonna be the MVP of that team?
Okay, and this is me. I really got two. It's a two-sided answer for me.
Okay,
because I think that Jason Tatum's offensive capabilities will be put on display. Mm-hmm. Like if you want to beat somebody, you want to show that you're gonna be, maybe the next Celtic great. You want to be up there with Paul Pierce.
You're the next one.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be up there with Paul Pierce. You want to be up there with Ray Allen. Yeah. You want to be up there with Bird and McHale. Then you're gonna have to. Then you have to do it. Now, in my opinion, my honest opinion, I think it's gonna be. I think here he goes. I think it's gonna be somebody like Marcus Smart, like the year that the Golden State Warriors won and they beat LeBron. Sorry about that. It was Andre Iguodala putting on a defensive effort, and Andre Iguodala won basically the MVP for playing against LeBron for 4 or 5 games. And I think Marcus Smart is going to have to do a similar thing playing against Steph Curry. Not to say that this is going to be all Steph Curry.
He ain't doing that.
You got to pick one.
It ain't going to be
Marcus
all Curry.
Smart or Tatum.
I'm going to go with Marcus Smart. Really.
All right.
I'm going to go with Marcus Smart. Tatum is going to be a factor, but it's really going to be about Marcus Smart playing up Steph Curry and playing up Klay Thompson.
Hold yourself to it.
I'm definitely going. I'm going Steph, man. Steph going to be the MVP.
Right.
I think he averages well above 25 points.
You think Steph this time and not like anybody? No, none of the others maybe.
I think Klay gonna have a great series, right. But I just think Steph won the Western Conference Finals MVP, won the Magic Johnson Award. Mm-hmm. I feel like it continues. Right. He's gonna get the most credit anyway because he's the best player on the team. But I just think it's gonna take Klay dropping, basically averaging 30 to steal it away from Steph, just because he's gonna have the ball so much in his hands, and the offense just runs through him.
Watch out for Jaylen Brown. Watch out for that matchup. That Jaylen Brown,
Wiggins,
Klay Thompson matchup.
Okay,
watch out.
Hey, Brown gonna have to slow him down. Listen, y'all defense. I think if Boston wants to have a chance, the one area Boston has an advantage in is down low. So they only have Looney and Green, in my opinion, down low. Okay, Wiggins stepping up big with rebounds, but if those Williams boys and Horford can come to play down low and get physical with them guys,
slow it down.
That can change the whole pace of the game and change the whole trajectory of the series.
That soundbite I heard the other day. Slow it down.
Oh man,
slow it down, DJ.
Oh, you talking about that? Yeah.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely see, but I'm excited to see the series, man. It's gonna be a good one.
I'm definitely excited to see the series.
MVP.
Since I'm with this newfound situation I see, I really wanted the Celtics to win in a way, but now I want them to get swept. So I'm gonna go with the Warriors 6. So I would say it ain't gonna be Wiggins. I want it to be Wiggins.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Klay.
I got you.
I think he's gonna go on fire. He's gonna have one of those nights where he goes like 12 for 13 and 3 with those real efficient nights.
Mm-hmm. I actually think
man.
I actually think Steph and Klay stats gonna be around the same thing, but the Klay story, they just gonna give it to Klay.
But you would
think he's just gonna get it because it don't matter what he really do, as long as he do enough. He's still gonna get that. Like that's gonna be they thanks to him.
He should be chilling with
being strong and overcoming that obstacle that he went through.
Yes, sir.
So I think, but if it's Boston, I think it'd probably be.
If I had I wouldn't show up to halftime.
Wow, man, come on,
like, y'all
he's inspiration. Yeah, he's inspiring them.
Y'all chill out, man. We gonna get through this.
He's inspiring them. But it's deeper than rap, and then I think we all should be like we're gonna be watching kind of like the future, shaking up and taking place. Period.
Yeah, for sure.
All the way 7 games, 6 games.
The future.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
We got some sports headlines. We're going to start off with the LA Lakers having a new coach, Darvin Ham.
All right.
He came from the championship Bucks coaching staff, which y'all said that was on the Atlanta Hawks and came to the Bucks. So that's where he came from. He's a defensive-minded coach, which the Lakers won their last championship off of being one of the top defenses. So I think that's going to be a good thing. And LeBron and a lot of other people are excited about him being a new coach. How do y'all feel about this new addition to the LA Lakers team?
Hey, me being a Los Angeles Lakers fan, I really didn't like a lot of the candidates that was available. I really feel like it wasn't a lot of big name, flashy candidates.
Exactly.
They already secured head coaching jobs in the NBA.
Right. And you kind of want a prestigious coach in LA, right?
Especially with it being the Lakers, right? But I don't even know if we gave Mark Jackson an interview. You know
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I wish we would have gave him an interview.
I'm starting to think he don't want to be a coach.
Either that or they really got him blackballed. Blackball.
Yeah, I don't understand why he would be
like he getting the coach Kaepernick treatment. You know what I'm saying?
I think Mark Jackson. I think it's two things. You might be right. Yeah. He might be giving him the Kaepernick treatment, but I think I feel like Mark Jackson is one of them people like if you ever met like a real New Yorker, like when he walk into the room, he telling them like, look, I want A, B, and C, and if not, I ain't doing it. And then they go, all right, well, Mark Jackson, thank you very much.
It was nice meeting you today.
Have a great day.
We'll get in touch.
And exactly. We'll be in touch.
Email 5 minutes later. We selected another candidate.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I really feel like Mark Jackson go into a room.
The Rooney Rule.
Yeah, he go into a room and he tell them, look, if it ain't A, B, and C, I don't want it. And that's it. But I think they getting paid like real good to be
announcer.
An announcer.
I don't think he want to coach anymore.
But with that being said, me being a Laker fan, I do like the hire. All right. I feel like the big problem with Frank Vogel is he was never an NBA player, and I feel like when you have so many veterans on the team, they only going to respect a certain type of coach. Basically, a coach that used to play in the league, that's a part of the fraternity that they can say, look, you've been in the wars before, we can trust you, or we can respect that you're a leader. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So Darvin Ham, in my opinion, has put in the work and he deserves the opportunity. Played 8 seasons in the NBA, part of the 2004 championship NBA Pistons that beat the Lakers.
Oh wow, he was on that team.
Yes,
he was. Don't forget, he stole the ball from LeBron like twice.
That's good.
former assistant coach for the Los Angeles Lakers from 2011 and 2013. Then he went under Mike Budenholzer and the Hawks, and then of course continued coaching under him as an assistant with the Bucks and won a championship last year. So he's deserving of the opportunity. I'm excited to have him on board. I want to see what he can do, what he can get going. We got to make some adjustments on the roster. But now that we have our coach in place, I'm giving him opportunity. Lakers Nation, let's give him an opportunity. Let's not give him the Frank Vogel treatment.
Right.
Let's put some support.
Let's let him pick his own groceries. Like that's a football term from way back. Let's let him pick his own groceries.
Yeah.
I think, and Joe, you made a big point about the championships. The championship acumen means a lot. He got 2 rings. One as a coach and one as a player. And I think the idea is, the Lakers players themselves are like in awe of the idea of winning the championship. So if you ain't never been there, it's kind of hard. Not just Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel, all right. He's a defensive coach.
He's not a bad coach.
That time when they was balling in Indiana, I don't know what was going on with Paul George, but Paul George was a different person. But LeBron is not Paul George back then. We ain't got no Roy Hibbert. Remember Roy? Y'all remember Roy Hibbert? Like he had a different set of things in Indiana. And then since then, Frank Vogel ain't really work out like that.
I really think he miscoached Russell Westbrook. But
I think Russell Westbrook ain't want to be coached.
That too.
I think
he's such a. I don't know what that is.
I think
Russell Westbrook
didn't want to be more
coached.
of an influence to him than.
Russ about to get out of here. Russ not about to be on the team next year. Russ not about to be on the team next year.
He's probably gonna stay.
Let's say, all right. Let me go.
We need to trade him.
I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna look at it real quick. Coaching is everything. But speaking of a coach, San Francisco Giants. Well, manager in baseball, Gabe Kapler, has been protesting for the Texas shootings by not going to the field during the national anthem. But as of today, he did go because it was Memorial Day. But I just want to give him a shout out for doing that.
Yes, sir. Just
kind of like a little Kaepernick move. You want to show everybody that he cares about it. It's bigger than sports, and
that's a big thing. And in baseball, the level of patriotism in baseball, because it's quote unquote America's pastime is huge. You know what I'm saying? So for him to I guess put on the example out there, because one of the worst shootings ever. Like you can shoot a bunch of people, black people, white people, but I don't care nothing about you. You shooting them kids, man. You wrong.
Shooting nobody.
I'm tired of that. And so for him,
people being all right with it,
right? And the whole thing is, he sat out for that, and I think that was huge in order for America itself to get.
And I'm not trying to hear the excuse of because I want to shoot deers and coons, and
if you didn't have a mental examination before you got an AR-15, you don't need one.
I understand they love to do that. You know what I'm saying? Whoever loves to do that. But at the same time, I think it should be a better
some
system
rules and regulations
to get those guns. Like it's too easy for these people that have these high powered guns. It's too easy for them to get it. Too easy.
I was seeing somebody compare it, that they need to compare the acquiring or getting a gun, purchasing a gun, to purchasing a vehicle. How you have to
get your credit check to get your background and all
the
of
background
that.
check, credit check. Then you got to get insurance for it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to get insurance for your gun, so that way we know what guns are.
That's dope.
And see, that's
possessed by different people. You know what I'm saying? You got to be of a certain
mental acumen. You got to have some
that as well. You know what I'm saying? You got to pass an exam. You got to pass a driver's test. You got to get your permit first. Then you got to get your driver's license. So you need to pass a certain amount of tests to even possess this.
Let me read about 4 months of your Twitter feed before I give you this gun. Let me see your Facebook posts. Let me know what groups you in. As soon as I go down your Facebook posts and your groups in your Facebook, and I see all these white flags and faces and things, I'm gonna go, look, man, I'm sorry, man, but I'm gonna have to deny your application for this AR-15. Right. How about you just get this baby 9 right here? You just take that.
Since we're talking about protests and stuff, I got another headline. Colin Kaepernick has his first NFL workout since 2016.
Big cap.
That's a long time.
I know we don't curse on this show, but about time. How about that?
Shout out to the Las Vegas
shout out to the Raiders, man,
for letting them do that. You know what I'm saying?
And they always say, you know what I'm saying, and JC probably know a little bit more about this because he's been around when the Raiders were in their heyday, and the idea is, this mentally for me is going like the Raiders would be like the perfect organization. I wasn't trying to take a jab, but I was saying the Raiders would be a perfect organization.
Man. All the Ravens,
the Raiders or the Ravens would be a perfect organization to do it with, because the Raiders always have like a kind of like a we don't care attitude. And then I'm upset that my team, the Steelers, didn't do it because the Steelers in Pittsburgh, and this is the truth. I've heard it from many different places. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh is one of the most racist places you can go. That's why they've implemented so many things to include African Americans. They have an African American head coach. They have an African American, or I think the GM is black now.
He's a minority.
Yeah, he's of minority descent. So like I like the idea that if it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be one of the teams that headline, putting out different things for our people.
If I'm not mistaken, the Raiders was the first NFL franchise to have a black head coach in the NFL.
I think he was Hispanic.
Oh wow.
Was it the Mexican?
Tom Flores.
Tom Flores. There we go. Tom Flores.
Minority. So
minority.
They have a history with this. In my opinion, Kaepernick is better than 80% of backup quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
85.
We can go up to 90. I was just being nice. This guy deserves to be an NFL quarterback. You know what I'm saying? This guy is definitely a second string quarterback.
Yeah. And McDaniels wanted to make sure everybody knew that Derek Carr is the quarterback.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah.
And Colin Kaepernick on previous interviews, he barely do interviews, but I've heard him say that he's willing to be a backup, but he's definitely going to compete to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah,
so he's not like, some players, they're like, no, I'm never going to be a backup.
Right.
Cam.
Shout out shout out to B Marsh and them boys for the Pivot podcast. It's a great podcast. Y'all should check it out. Yeah. When they did the interview with Colin Kaepernick, Brandon Marshall put himself in the mindset I am athlete. I am athlete. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, B Marshall. I am athlete. Right. So, but the Pivot is good too. Shout out to them. He put himself in the seat of a GM, and he said, like, what would you do? What if about distractions and blah blah blah. And that's what Kaepernick said. He said, well, let me get on the field, let me compete. And then after you see me compete, if I'm not good enough, then cut me. You know,
Right.
But at least give me the chance.
All right, at least give me the chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to his old coach too, Jim Harbaugh. Man, he had a personal workout for him
in Michigan, right?
You know
At the blue and yellow game, right?
Wide receivers at their spring game,
right? At the blue and yellow game.
Practice. Also, he has a rapport. You know, Colin Kaepernick used to go to the University of Nevada in college. One of the guys in the front office and the coaching staff used to coach. Used to be a part of the San Francisco 49ers organization with him, so they really put in a good word for him and got him that look as well. They helped him get that look with the Raiders.
Hey man, Jay man, what don't you think Colin Kaepernick could take command?
No, I think I mean anybody can come help us take command. That's no problem. But I want to hear about the signing, man. I'm tired of hearing about workouts, man.
Right, yeah. To be real with you, I mean, even if he on it with the 52-man roster, dog, practice squad, I don't care. He need to be on there. And I bet you, he could be the third string quarterback. Watch how them jersey sales shoot out the roof.
They're gonna say, oh look, the number 7 with the Raiders jersey with the black. Oh man, it's gonna.
And then you put the fro on it.
He gonna move some.
They're gonna have Colin
basically
Kaepernick
similar to the jersey he came out with earlier with Nike.
It's gonna be February. It's gonna be February, right? It's gonna be Colin Kaepernick bobblehead night in the new Raider Stadium in February.
Only thing I don't like about it, Josh McDaniels is the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. He came from New England. Of course, they signed Derek Carr to the massive deal, so Derek Carr definitely is going to be the starting quarterback, barring injury. They traded with the Patriots for a backup quarterback, Jake Steedham. They traded.
They did. Yeah, Steedham had to get out of there.
So I think McDaniels is comfortable with him because he's been in his system for so long in New England. Yeah. He's going to keep him probably at least on the roster. So only if they carry 3 quarterbacks will Colin Kaepernick be able to make this roster.
It is unlikely that they carry 3.
Start making the squad over Jake unless Jake gets an unfortunate injury.
That makes total sense.
So I'm wishing the best in that situation. Maybe another team need to give him some more looks too, because I mean I'm hearing good things from the workout. Everybody's saying he looked incredible.
And everybody knows that Colin Kaepernick in this past 6-7 years has been on point and in shape the entire time.
Yes, sir.
He be at the Nike facility going in because that's his rules about himself, man. You know what I'm saying? We got some more headlines to go over too. I can't forget about that. Over the weekend, you guys, we going over all kinds of sports. We talking basketball, football. You know what? The Prince of Pugilism. Yeah, there you go. Okay, the friends of fisticuffs.
Your boy YaBoyKWhit Harris,
right? the friends of fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? Like Javante Tank Davis took on Rolando Romero over the weekend and knocked him out in the 6th round. And like I honestly was one of those guys when I'm watching the fight, like I'm watching who at the fight. That was a star-studded event in Vegas, boy. Yeah. Everybody and their mama was there for that fight.
I love when they had the fights in Vegas, man.
Yeah,
that's the best city to have them in the United States of America.
For real. Right. And it's not a cheap sheet neither. So, the idea is, to see Tank Davis put on a show. And let's keep it real. Romero was not a slouch. All right, Romero
really good.
Yeah,
really nice.
Rolly out here, 14-0 prior to the fight. Okay, but we all know Tank Davis is 27-0, 25 knockouts.
Come on, big Tank.
And the whole thing is, I watched, another podcast, $1 million worth of game, and he was on there with Gillian Wallow. Like y'all know what's up, Gillian Wallow. Shout out to them boys. Tank is a different breed of boxer. You know what I'm saying? He was on the show. He was on the show saying, I let a cat, for maybe like the first 2 rounds, I let him touch me. I get hit. I let him hit me. I want to see how strong he is so I can turn on the pressure after I realize how big. And I'm like, that's a different way of thought. I don't want to get,
that's crazy.
What if he land one and I don't realize how strong he is? Then I'm out.
The Douglas your ass.
You know what I'm saying? but yeah, Tank Davis won the fight in the 6th round by TKO because Romero got knocked. Y'all ever seen that Martin episode?
With Tommy Hearns?
You with Tommy Hearns and he get knocked out the ring. Yeah, that's how Romero had looked. And then Romero could not go ahead and get through the count. So, they went ahead and counted him out. And then 22-0, Ryan Garcia immediately tweets out, he's been calling my name the whole fight. So if y'all ever looked at the body shot challenge on YouTube, that's Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, Ryan like that
hitting big people, little people with the pad on, and they can't even take 2 or 3 body shots with the pad on.
He got power.
Yeah, and
I want to see that fight. They've been talking trash to each other the last couple of years.
Yeah,
it's 3 people that I feel like should be next for Tank on the list. Ryan Garcia, of course, that'll be the mega fight.
Right.
Also, Shakur Stevenson.
Shakur Stevenson from Jersey
is like that, dog.
Jersey.
So if they can get that fight.
Shakur too young. He can't do it yet. He might can.
They build him up a little bit more. Maybe get him a couple more fights. But I mean, he got 2 belts. You know what I'm saying? Shakur got 2 belts. So he in my opinion, he ready. You know what I'm saying? And then Devin Haney.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Devin Haney now.
One of them 3 need to be next for you, Tank. Because I mean, you knocking out these cupcakes. Not really not a cupcake, but they're not ready for you. I want to see a big fight, man. I want to see a title unification fight. You and Shakur can get that together. You and Ryan can get together. You and Devin Haney can get that together, man.
It's gotta happen.
I just want to see these big fights happen real soon.
Hey Jay, you know, my man Garcia was in the commercial. That's who's in the commercial with your peoples from Portland.
Lillard, yeah.
He's not Lillard. That's Lillard than Garcia.
Hey, Garcia nice now,
and you notice that he had on a Portland shirt.
Oh, so you saying he coming back to Portland?
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
That's all that matters.
We already skipped basketball. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we see. Actually, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's have this NBA Dynasty Talk.
Wow.
That's what the people want to hear about.
Wow.
That's what the conversation is about.
Now this is deep. Now this is what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody got the knowledge of this conversation prior to today. We all got examples. We all got reasons. We're gonna have like a round table discussion of who or what we think constitutes a dynasty and when it happened and where it came from. Now I think everybody pretty much got one. I think Jay's gonna be our resident heel for the day, so he ain't gonna like what nobody say. Okay, all right. So, but everybody got one. So we gonna go around the table. I think we're gonna let Coach Joey go first.
So what's the question?
So Joe, first of all,
who
is your team, your dynasty team? And what makes you choose them to be dynasty?
All right, so in my opinion, the best dynasty in the history
of the National
Basketball Association is the 99 to 2002 Los Angeles Lakers.
Say what?
All right. The best duo in NBA history to me, in my opinion. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant.
Jay getting ready for this conversation right now.
All right, so they went 3 back to back.
Basketball hat.
They went 3 back to back.
Right, three-peat.
Coached by the great Phil Jackson.
So shout out to Phil.
We're gonna talk about top tier coaches. We're gonna talk about top 3 coaches of all time in NBA. Phil isn't one of those guys in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm being nice. He really probably top 2 and he not number 2. Okay, he the best coach in NBA history.
Wow.
So we led by the best coach in NBA history. We got the most dominant player in NBA history in Shaquille O'Neal. This is not debatable at all. Okay, and then
maybe Kareem.
He a Laker, so I can. We can. That's a good argument. Okay,
yeah.
But Kareem was
just
not dominant.
Yeah, he had a little finesse in him.
Right, yeah,
Shaq and Debo Kareem right in the paint. If we're gonna just be honest, you know what I'm saying? Prime Shaq. But all right, then we got Kobe Bryant, man. I mean, a top premier player of all time. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, a top 5 NBA player of all time.
Definitely top 10.
You get those guys together. You got a young Kobe. Okay, these guys, they go through the fire, the hell and brimstone of the Western Conference.
And that was when the Western Conference was full of killers too.
Year 2 in particular. Year 2. When they played the
Sacramento?
Philadelphia. Well, we played Sacramento as well. But when we played the Philadelphia 76ers, we played Sacramento.
Iverson.
San Antonio was some foes. Portland, we had to get past that Scottie Pippen team, you know, and Portland Rasheed Wallace team. But anyway, we went 16-1 that year. So we swept everybody getting to the NBA Finals, and we lost 1 game to AI. AI will. This team got 1 win against us, but I don't think it's been another team. I think that's the best postseason record in NBA history. 16-1.
And I'm
never been another team to do that.
You know I like that answer. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was hurt by them Sacramento years because I wanted to see what I was.
Those are some battles, bro. Those are some battles, man. So when I'm getting like 1 more minute, sir. I'm real passionate about my Lakers, sir.
Before you shoot him down,
look now. We ain't played no slouches on the way. A lot of people like to say y'all ain't play nobody in the finals. We played the Indiana Pacers.
Wow.
With Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller. We played the New Jersey Nets with young Jason Kidd, young Vince Carter, Kenyon Martin,
Kmart,
Kerry Kittles, all them guys.
Van Horn.
I forgot about that.
And then we played the Sixers, who everybody want to act like Allen Iverson didn't have no help. Allen Iverson had the 6th man of the year and Aaron McKee and the defensive player of the year and Dikembe Mutombo on his team. So he had some help, man.
No.
We beat all those guys. We beat in the finals pretty good, pretty easily. Shaq dominated. Of course, he won all 3 finals MVPs, but Kobe had key pivotal big moments in each and every series. Stepped up in a lot of series.
Those the Robert Horry years, right?
Robert Horry was on the team.
I had another good
notable. So to this dynasty, of course, you're gonna talk about the stars, but we're gonna talk about the others, like you like to say sometimes. So the others, we had year one, Ron Harper was our point guard.
Ron Harper.
Everybody remember Ron Harper from those Chicago Bulls years.
Right.
Play defense, get you some buckets. Glenn Rice, older Glenn Rice,
Yeah,
veteran
older
Glenn Rice was
right.
on our team, 99,
Right,
2000,
right.
help us lead there. Then Derek Fisher started getting that rotation. And the last
Derek Fisher with the headband.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Derek
right.
Fisher.
I hated that Derek Fisher.
Everybody forget about how
clutch
good Rick
Derek
Fox
Fisher.
was, man. Rick Fox was averaging like 10, 5, and 5 for us. You know what I'm saying?
Defensive Rick Fox too.
So Rick Fox, Robert Ory, great supporting cast.
Y'all got
man.
Grant. Y'all got had Grant Hill at least one of them years. Not Grant Hill. Horace Grant. My bad.
Horace Grant, yeah, Horace.
There we go.
Horace was
Somebody
around.
Grant. You
Horace
know what I'm
was
talking
around. Horace was around. So man, just strolling down memory lane. Mamba, Fro Kobe. Oh my God, this guy was just different. Nobody could contain this man. Buckets upon buckets.
Kobe with
upon
the springs.
buckets.
Kobe with the springs.
You could go get the Ruben Patterson. He was supposed to be the Kobe stopper. Get buckets.
Dr. Ruben Patterson.
Everybody, whoever
you
you.
said 1 minute, bro.
I just had to get this off. Go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead.
You now, man.
Tell him what
But that Lakers dynasty, in my opinion, the best dynasty.
Tell him why you mad, Jay. Tell him why you were like that.
I mean, he forgot about another good player on your team.
Who was that?
Tim Donahue.
Who?
Carry on.
Tim Donahue. Wow, Tim Donahue was like Luke Walton.
For a reason.
Y'all don't even y'all. Tim Donahue was the ref
around here, not that.
that did fair time.
For the games,
all those free throws.
Oh, talking about the refs?
Yeah.
Like because Tim Donahue was the reason why the Sacramento didn't win.
Right.
Oh, let me just keep it real.
What you mean?
Just keep it real.
Tell me
he
this.
had help.
I'm gonna just keep
Who
it
had
real.
help?
We just
He
gonna
had
keep it
help.
real.
I'm gonna just keep it real. How we know any of these refs in any of these games ain't got
the fix ain't in to fix.
Biases or personal vendettas against certain players. Or
I'm not gonna take anything away from your answer because you are correct. That's they three-peat was unheard of. Kobe and Shaq, correct.
The last team to do it. The last team to do it. I don't know if it'll be another team to do it.
And I'm not, but I do. Like I'm telling you, I was hurt because I was a huge Sacramento Kings fan. I was hurt when they got rid of Jason Williams. We got Mike Bibby in there. Bibby changed the dynamic of the thing, and then C. Webb was the original stand back and shoot jumper. Power forward. Other than my man Kevin Garnett, if that was I was Kevin Garnett and C. Webb. That was me at that time.
Yeah, them boys had heat.
I had a pair of Dadas in real life. I had a pair.
Them
of
boys had
Dadas.
snipers everywhere. Boys had shooters everywhere.
Yeah,
man. Definitely.
You can laugh, but them Dadas was tough, boy. They had like 3 different colors.
With the spinning rims.
The ones with the spinning rims.
I didn't have the ones with the spinning rims. I did not have the ones with the spinning rims. I didn't have the spring rims.
You had the right ones then.
No. I had the ones that said Dada. If you turned it like a certain way, you could actually see the words. You turn it the other way, you can't see the
You
words.
just was the other one with spinning rims.
You never had a pair of Dada.
Yo, I used to ball in them Dadas, boy. I used to ball in them. I felt like I was C. Webb's nephew out there, boy. I'm telling you. All right, well, next we're going to go to my man T. Sweat, also known as T. Sweat. We're going to see what kind of answer he has for the question.
Who was the best dynasty in NBA history?
Who was, or tell us of one of them.
I'm going to give you a sleeper, man.
Okay, we sleeping?
The San Antonio Spurs, man.
Okay.
That's not a sleeper.
All right.
That's a sleeper, man.
A lot of people don't give them their credit like that. As far as dynasties, a lot of people don't give them
Okay.
that.
It's always the Bulls.
Right.
I ain't even going there.
Right.
But that's automatic, but I ain't even want to go there. That's boring to me. Like, we hear about that.
We know about that all the time. Tell us about something we don't know.
All right, so they won in 1999, which that's the like they try to say with the bubble. That's the
lockout.
The lockout year, yeah.
So
they beat the Knicks.
Though, the Knicks.
Shout out to my dad.
That was the Knicks' only chance to get that next one, man.
Yeah, Sprewell, Ewing.
That was their biggest chance to get that one
hurt,
that they
man.
was looking for, that championship that they was looking for from the past when they had. They won in 2003 against what was it 2003? I might be wrong.
Who did they beat?
The Heat.
Was it the Heat? The old the long.
They beat the Detroit Pistons one year too. They beat the Detroit Pistons the next year. The year after the Lakers lost to them.
I'm thinking about 2005 when they beat my boy LeBron.
Oh yeah, they did beat LeBron. They did really LeBron. It was like a small gap in between the year when they won.
I don't think they never won back to back, but they what?
It was the
San Antonio, Miami.
The Spurs.
Which one?
The Spurs. All the Spurs were
the one where they beat the one.
I skipped one.
The
The New Jersey Nets.
They beat the Nets.
You know they went 2 years in a row. I know you spoke of the Lakers won against the New Jersey Nets.
Right.
Yeah.
They went back and Spurs. They
beat
Spurs played them and beat them.
Right.
I forgot
So
about
that was 2003.
Right.
Okay.
That was the Vince Carter Nets too, I think.
Yeah, Vince Carter, King Martin, Jason Kidd, them boys.
Right.
They was nice.
For us back then.
Right.
In the Eastern Conference.
Okay. So see the thing is you got a really good point because we talking Spurs wise. We talking This is when the Twin Tower thing was like kind of new. You know what I'm saying? We got David Robinson and Tim Duncan, the big fundamental. You know, David Robinson was like 40, but still benching 325.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Admiral. You know what I'm saying?
Navy.
You know what I'm saying? What's my man? Tony Elliott? Shooting.
They had
Sean Elliott. There we go.
What's the point guard? He a coach now. Dark skin. Talk real funny.
Oh yeah, you talking about
Avery Johnson.
Avery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. You know I used to get about it. Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Timmy used to dip up.
That's what part of that 2010.
Avery Johnson. Yeah, he definitely was a solid
huge
point guard.
Yeah, he was a huge influence on that. Man, Timmy, I get about it. Timmy. That's how he talk.
And my bad.
Tim was a rookie on that year too. Tim was a rookie straight out. Wake Forest winning.
Oh yeah, he balling since he got in there.
He was.
My bad, Spurs. I skipped the one before the Cavaliers time 2005. That was the one you were talking about, the Pistons.
Right. That was
like
the
Chauncey Billups and
Rasheed
Wallace.
Rasheed
They won
Wallace.
4. So Spurs got 4 championships.
4 championships because the last couple
Knicks. They got 5.
Yeah, 5.
5.
Hold up, they beat the Knicks. 99, 2000. I mean,
Knicks,
98,
Nets.
99.
Knicks, Nets,
Pistons.
LeBron them.
They beat Miami twice or once?
Once. That's 5. Knicks, Nets, LeBron them, Detroit, and then Miami.
Oh yeah, they beat Cleveland. I forgot. Yeah, he beat Cleveland.
LeBron them, and then they beat Miami. But think about it though. The idea is like, and Sweat, you got a really good point about this one. This was like that second run of championships was like the emergence of Ginobili, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard came out in the back end.
The Spurs might have had the first big 3. If you think about
it, they wasn't thinking about it like that, but they did.
Celtics was before them.
The first big.
That was the reason why LeBron went to Miami.
No, but the Spurs were before them.
Charles Barkley.
Who was the talking about? Tony Parker, Ginobili, and Tim Duncan.
And Hakeem.
Okay, I give you that.
There's been plenty of big threes before.
I ain't talking them like super big.
Everybody all star. A big 3 where everybody all star.
I'm talking about like a solid big 3, a solid big 3.
Everybody Hall of Fame. Everybody Hall of Fame.
They did not give Manu Ginobili that much respect at first.
He came off the bench.
Yeah,
he was
He bought the Euro. He put a Euro step in the league. He changed the league.
And this is
everybody get Dwayne Wade that credit. Look, Ginobili bought that.
Ginobili came out and nobody knew Ginobili was like the European slam dunk champion and stuff. He was like the scoring champ. But they were thinking on Argentina. They didn't think he could play or produce like that. But they was sleeping on Ginobili. And I'm talking about like I remember when. You know, Charles Barkley with Ginobili. Yeah, that was he would do that every game. So I give you credit on that one.
And I just want to keep it real. If y'all go back and look at that game 7 against the Miami Heat and San Antonio Spurs, they hold Ginobili and didn't give him that foul call. Big foul call towards the end of game 7.
A big call.
That's the reason why Miami kind of won that game. That game 7, to be honest. Ginobili got obviously blatantly fouled and they didn't give it to him.
He got chopped.
I remember that.
But it was the year after was the arrival of Kawhi Leonard because Kawhi was on the bench coming off playing mediocre minutes. But that next year, the Claw got a lot of shine.
He got busy, man.
Yeah, the Claw got busy.
He be hurt. He hurt a lot lately. He ain't played basketball in a minute, but man, he was in his
kind of injury he got.
I don't know. I don't even know if he want to play no more.
Name the whole season.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard's people. You know how they say we gonna talk to your people. Kawhi Leonard's people hold him out on purpose.
Hey,
this is 2 years.
He need to get the Ben Simmons treatment. I need to see him get the Ben Simmons treatment that they're giving Ben Simmons. I think they ain't giving it to him because he got championships under his belt. But look, bro, you ain't been playing in a minute. They paying you They paying you M's now. You getting millions and you ain't playing at all.
Paul George came back and paid for what the second half of the season.
He tried to get them. He tried to get them boys in the playoffs.
But but once again, Sweat, I like that. Jay, tell him why you mad. Tell him why you mad about that one, Jay. Tell him why you mad.
I'm not as mad. I mean, it's over here.
The Lakers? How you mad about it? As far as dynasties. All right. Really? So name me a better dynasty then. Sir, who is your dynasty then?
I mean, you said 99 through 2. You could have left them out.
They won 3 in a row. 99 through 2002.
You could have said something from the 80s, man. You ain't
three-peat is that's like that's a perfect introduction to a dynasty.
I ain't gonna lie. You can't talk about dynasty. If you ain't got 3 championships in a 5-year span, you're not a dynasty to me.
We were cheated, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what the Spurs did too. So
yeah.
No, I'm not going to the Spurs. They didn't.
We talked about Lakers,
Spurs, but Spurs, I can't hate on that.
Can't hate on that.
I love to see teams like uproot. Should I say like upbring when they bring in Ginobili? Ginobili was like rough around them.
Tony Parker too. Tony Parker was.
Tony
Parker was like
Greg Popovich was in his bag drafting them players.
Right. Shout out to Greg Popovich.
And you know
second
what?
best coach in NBA history.
There you go.
You know what I remember? I remember, and he was nice too. What's my man name from Utah? Devin Williams?
Yeah.
Devin Harris.
No.
Williams. Oh, Deron Williams. Deron Williams used to do Tony Parker.
But he also,
he used to do him. This used to be bad when they went to Utah. And then all of a sudden, it changed, and Tony Parker, was in his bag. That pick and roll set was retarded because
poor Utah
can't
Jazz.
stop it, man.
I used to hate
poor Utah Jazz.
he got Sloan fired, man.
Poor Utah Jazz.
Yeah. Because you know why he got Sloan fired? Because Tony Parker was ripping him a new one. By that second year, Tony Parker was that first year he did Tony Parker in. It was retarded because they kept playing Utah. In the West. In the West, you got to play 4 games, of course. And then when they came back that next season, and Tony Parker finally got the handle on what Popovich wanted, with how Tim Duncan gonna pop out here, he killed him. He killed him. So I think that was a great one. And then me, last but not least. So I was chilling at the house this weekend, right? And I was watching a streaming service, and I decided to watch a show. And I thought it was pretty dope. So, you know what I'm saying? My NBA championship dynasty, and I ain't going the easy route. Y'all thought I might have said the Celtics. That's too easy for me, right? Okay. So who I got is the bad boy Pistons. I'm talking about 89 and 90. Now,
okay.
That's 2 years. That's 2 years of championships. I know Jake, she looked at, he's shaking his head already. 2 years of championships. I know this. But the whole thing is they were consecutively somewhere at the top of the East for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about some ballers. We got Mark Aguirre, Joe Dumars, the microwave Vinnie Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Bill Laimbeer, the man in the middle. Okay, the original Dennis Rodman before he lost his mind.
Young Dennis.
John Sally before he became a nighttime TV host.
Before he lost his mind.
Okay, Rick Mahorn, the original angry man, and then we got the first babyface assassin, Isaiah Thomas.
Zeke.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Big Zeke. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And the whole thing was at that time, and I didn't know how to do my research. I started Googling and reading. The whole thing was, they had to face a murderer's row. That's what they call it. A murderer's row of Hall of Famers. Think about it. You played McHale, Parrish, Bird, Ainge, what's my other guy? Doug Johnson. That Celtics squad was so built for everything. Yeah. That was hard to get through. Okay. Yeah. Then on top of that,
Hall of Famers though.
Huh?
You said Hall of Famers. Danny Ainge is a Hall of Famer.
I don't care. Well, Danny Ainge, but he was on the squad. He was on the squad. He was on the squad. But then
he might get in for GM. Man.
Okay,
come on.
But all right, so somewhere down the line, they had to play the Showtime Lakers. We know they full of Hall of Famers, right? Big Game James, Magic. You know what I'm saying? Kareem still sky hooking. Doc. And even Doc, and at the time they might have lost, those games. They lost. They lost to the Celtics. They lost to Magic. You know what I'm saying? But then they, every dynasty has to have a little bit of controversy. Mm-hmm. Right? Somewhere in there. So they had my man, what's my man name? They had Adrian Dantley. He's a Hall of Famer. But he was a cancer on that team because he wanted the team to be his. He didn't want it to belong to Isaiah. He said, I saw it on the things. He told one of the reporters, hey, man, you know what the problem is? That smiling MF over there. That's the problem. And as soon as he said that, Isaiah, he's so nice. He's, man, I didn't even know. He got to go. And then they got in Mark Aguirre. And Mark Aguirre was the only other player in that draft that got drafted higher than Isaiah. And they got Mark Aguirre from Dallas. But at the time, nobody liked Mark Aguirre in Dallas. Dallas was what they call a trading post in the NBA at the time. Mm-hmm. Nobody liked Dallas. Well, he a city boy. He from Chicago. He from the West Side. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to go to no country. I didn't want to play with these bumpkins. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to play with his boy. Him and Isaiah boys. Yeah. Boy, he came there, turned that thing around. So they won in 89 and 92. Now that was the first time after all of that, after all this Bird and Magic.
Who they had to go through?
Bro, listen, they went through everybody again.
Can you name some teams for me?
Let me tell you something.
Can you name some players that
let me tell you who they went through one more time. They went through Bird, McHale, Magic. Okay, not Magic, excuse me, but Bird, McHale, Parrish, Ainge again. All right. Then they played Michael, bruh. They beat Michael.
Talk about it, man. Nobody talk about this.
They beat Michael.
Ever,
huh? What?
Young Bulls, yes.
Young Bulls. They beat Michael.
Nah, that's impressive.
Talk about
This
talk about what? This talk about. That's all I ask people to do. Talk about it.
They beat Michael, and you know what I'm saying.
We're in the championship conversation.
Creators of the Jordan
You're
rules.
in the LeBron.
Yeah, right. They created the Jordan rule.
Got real physical.
Listen here, bro. He ain't because they said, look, Michael Jordan's ups was so crazy that 2 steps into the paint, he could dunk or lay it up. So we got to put the elbow on him. So Jordan had to get takeout every time. And this is back in the day.
Put it aside.
So there was no flagrant fouls. Think about that. No flagrant fouls. I can get up and jaw you if I want. I'm just going to get sent to the bench.
See, LeBron didn't face that.
You know what I'm saying? So that happened. And then, but you know what I'm saying? And let's say,
when they made Jordan rules, you don't have to face it.
And let's say this. You know how much of a killer you got to beat your best friend? You got to beat your best friend in the finals? Me and Magic, we homeboys. I got to kill him. He got to go. Mm-hmm. I want my ring. And Isaiah Thomas did it. And then came back in 90. And they played the team from Portland. And beat Drexler. Oh my bad, I forgot. They beat Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter.
I forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? If you ask anybody about Portland,
right?
They ain't never did nothing. They never been nowhere.
They never been nowhere.
Yeah,
that was that one time. But I mean, that was what I'm saying. When it comes to dynasties and stuff like that, you got to go through something. You got to go through some great players. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through an issue. You might have to trade somebody. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you know what I'm saying? And then, Coach Daly was their coach. Coach Daly coached the Dream Team. Mm-hmm. They left Isaiah off the Dream Team because they didn't like Isaiah Thomas.
Y'all was really hating on that too, man.
They was hating.
Definitely deserve to play on that Dream Team now.
Yeah, seriously. We could have let.
Y'all know who did that.
I like John Stockton.
Y'all know who did that.
Oh yeah, Michael told him no. Michael told him no.
Y'all know who did that.
That was
Michael told him no.
All I'm saying is let's just talk about it.
Michael, listen here, man.
Let's talk about it.
And the thing is, and let's to keep it 100. Dennis Rodman and Isaiah Thomas and Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer was such a fierce force at that time.
Joe Dumars
wasn't really knocking them out, but everybody else was.
3 ball.
And they was going, look, man, this Detroit style of ball is bad. We're gonna take them to another country. Then they gonna shoot us. We can't take them over there. Right. And that's what pretty much happened. But the idea is, man, Zeke went on to have a momentous career. You know what I'm saying? Bill Laimbeer, all these guys. And the sad thing is, Rick Mahorn got traded in the expansion draft to the Timberwolves after they won the championship in 89. And then that's when you see Dennis Rodman win Defensive Player of the Year, the rebounding title. Like, it was a lot that took place. And this is the 80s, bro. Like, they weren't playing this. They wasn't playing that ball we see
physical,
now.
Real physical.
This 3-point and shooting, no. We going in the hole and we fouling.
Bang, bang.
Right. Bang. When the last time you seen a center, besides Joel Embiid, be like, dominant without scoring? Bill Laimbeer was dominant without scoring the basketball. You know what I'm saying? Rick Mahorn was dominant.
Another Piston,
scoring the basketball.
Ben Wallace. He was
Ben Wallace.
Like that.
Ben Wallace was, and this is a somewhat of an addition to the idea of a dynasty because they did win another one. You know what I'm saying?
They did. That's still the Pistons.
They did win another one. That's still the Pistons. You know what I mean? And they kind of won in the same way that the old Pistons did. They had a bunch of not necessarily no name talent, but not highly touted talent, and they put it together and they won. Because you know what I'm saying? Nobody thought about Chauncey Billups.
And that was like
they called Chauncey.
That was the Super League team,
right? Yeah, they called
Chauncey.
It was
hurt that year. Now, if Carmelo wouldn't got hurt, if Carmelo didn't got hurt, we would have won, man.
Hey, Trevor, reach under the table and hand me my violin real quick.
Name the players on the team. Well, they had Gary Payton.
But these boys old now. They old now. Shaq and Kobe was in their prime, but don't act like Gary Payton and Carmelo wasn't no ring chaser.
Jay, hand me my sheet music real quick so I can go ahead and play that.
But shout out to Kobe, man. Shout out to Mamba, man. He won us that only one game, hit that deep 3 over Rip Hamilton for us overtime.
That's what I'm saying. Think about it now. Then you go to that year. I'm talking. Who was on that team? Rip Hamilton.
Rip was a baller now. What? Rip was a baller.
Rip Hamilton was Baby Reggie. I'm gonna just chase you.
Yeah.
The thing that's happening right now with Steph Curry, Rip Hamilton was doing it.
I'm about to say he probably the reason. And Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Those two players
off the screen, off ball, just movement off ball.
Listen, if I'm gonna chase you around for 3 quarters, by the 4th quarter, I'm done. I thought I ran into Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace all game.
Which brings a thought in my head when my boy LeBron just tore that team
here
by
go,
himself.
Here go.
Told that
finally because they was giving that work now the first two.
Anyway, we gonna put a like they got a swear jar,
but they got old. They got
Every
old.
time you say LeBron, you got to put a quarter in there.
Yeah, you got to put $1 in the cup, man.
Listen, but as y'all can see, we all got an array of what makes a dynasty. Now, last but not least, maybe not even last but not least, let's talk about what we think. Who's the team that didn't win, that should have won, maybe could have won,
or the best team.
The best team that didn't win it. They gotta have made it, at least made it to the finals.
Yeah,
but what's the best team? And I'm about to say, Jay, I know you got one on this one.
Y'all go ahead.
Okay, well, who you got?
I know.
I'm going with my team didn't make the finals. Okay, but they made the Western Conference Finals. I'm going to go with the 2004-2005 Phoenix Suns. Coached by young Mike D'Antoni, the inventor of the 7 seconds or less offense.
And they was,
I'm telling you, they shooting that ball, they letting it loose
Yeah.
before the shot clock get to 14, scoring a lot of points, really revolutionized the offense in the NBA and started the trend of how offense is played now with all this scoring. Okay, just was talking about 2004 now.
Preach, brother, preach.
18 years ago. All right, so now they have 2-time NBA MVP at that time, Steve Nash on those teams, back-to-back MVP. Definitely didn't deserve it over Kobe, but that's another discussion for another show, okay?
Right.
But Kobe was going through what he was going through. League gave those MVPs to Steve Nash. He got them. All right, you got Amari Stoudemire.
Ooh.
You got Sean Marion.
Ooh.
You got Joe Johnson. You got Quentin Richardson.
Ooh.
Leandro Barbosa. So you got this star-studded team. You know what I'm saying? All-stars everywhere, ballers everywhere, Hall of Famers.
I got to get them on 2K
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them teams on 2K that you play with. That's one of the throwback teams, and it's hard to beat them.
It's hard to beat.
Sean Marion 3 was crazy.
Yeah. Sean Marion 3 was the ugliest thing in the world.
And everybody forgetting about his amazing defense too. The Matrix, man.
Right, the Matrix. Right.
This man was an all-star back in the day. Like all 4 of them made all-star team. Amari Stoudemire. Everybody forget this nigga was dunking on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Before Zion was dunking. Before all these. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking Stoudemire before he went to the Knicks. Before he developed the jump.
Right. Yeah,
that's all he did was dunk.
Boom on
everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
That pick and roll
with Steve Nash, throwing it up, catching the alley. And then Joe Johnson had that jumper too. Steve Nash had slow, smooth, but we talking about young Joe Johnson. Give you 20, a 20 piece.
ISO Joe.
Give you 20 easy. You know what I'm saying? And don't even. He's the 3rd, 4th option on the team. Don't even have to be that guy, but he's there. Still giving you a smooth 20. You know what I'm saying? Quentin Richardson dunking on you. Leandro Barbosa coming off the bench. Great 6-man. Great team, and they went 69-20. Beat the Memphis Grizzlies. They lost to the Spurs 4-1. You ran into just a better coach. You ran into a better team, honestly, all around. Spurs are just one of those.
So we're not going to talk about them getting put out with the league suspending like 9 of them from coming off the bench.
Oh yeah, that fight.
Yeah, the fight. Don't forget that because I was.
Who was fighting that fight though?
I think it was a Robert Ory fouled to mess out of Steve Nash. And then
he knocked him into the scores.
There we go. He knocked him into
he
knocked him into the scores table. Okay, and then half of the Suns bench didn't even come off the bench. They just was on the court area. Yeah. And then they suspended like 9 of them, which included like Sean Marion and Roger Bell, and I think like Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, that
I'm gonna read these names, y'all.
But that's my team, man, for the best team that didn't win a championship.
That's a good one. That's a
now what team? What team? You said
the 04-05 Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have somebody? Rex Chapman was still on that team.
I don't think so. No. I'm not sure.
Big Rex?
If he was, he wasn't getting it.
I don't think so. No. Rex Chapman was like in.
That was, he's probably gone.
Vancouver.
Nah, who knows?
This was. I don't want to say that was it.
A highlight or something happened, but what team you went with?
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go last because I got a good one I ain't thought about.
All right, well, I'm just gonna read these names, man, and we're gonna go from here.
Okay.
Greg Anthony, Stacey Augmon, Brian Grant, Gary Grant, Antonio Harvey, Joe Klein.
I don't even know the team yet.
I'm really seeing. I'm seeing it in my head.
Diehard.
I'm waiting for you to say like 2 names. I'm thinking you leaving off the 2 good ones.
He said 12. He said 12 through 6, bro.
Yeah, he didn't get in the game. I think I know what he's talking about.
15 through 6, bro.
Go ahead. Practice squad player. Because you said Brian Grant, so I already got one.
It's always hate, man.
He started from the 15th player.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Bam. Okay, I know where you at now.
Scottie Pippen.
I know where you at now.
Arvydas Sabonis.
Look at that. Boom. I got him.
Detlef Shrimp.
I know. Yep.
Steve Smith.
He got the capo.
David Stoudemire.
Okay.
Rasheed Wallace.
Okay.
And Bonzi Wells.
Bonzi Wells. With the headband.
With a 15, and I say 16. Everybody says 15. No, it was 16. It was a 16-point lead. Foul after foul after foul was called.
Oh, that's
why he hating with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Foul after foul after foul.
All I remember is Kobe crossing Scotty.
That's one basket. That's one basket.
It's the view. Right. It's the view.
And like Shaq coming down.
Like the view, like straight at the goal. Like it's just nothing but backboard showing. Listen, all you see is Shaq.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like when I used to play ball, like, I wore that headband for Bonzi Wells. I was like, if I'm not gonna be
Bonzi
the best one,
that dude,
I'm gonna be like Bonzi Wells. I'm gonna come off the bench and I'm gonna score. I was like, that's how I used to feel. You know what I'm saying?
That was a dope team.
Yeah, I mean,
Ruben Patterson was on that team. The Kobe stopper?
Actually, Ruben didn't get there until later.
Okay, really?
And then remember, Steve Kerr came on the next year's team after he won with
the Spurs. Right, I do remember.
And I'm actually mad y'all didn't win that, man. I wanted Scotty to win one,
it
man.
Just got
without
Jordan. Scotty to win one.
They really cheated him that year Jordan retired.
We had a team full of players. Everybody on the team at least started for a team one time in the NBA career.
Dope.
You know, and I also will put another team that was a pretty good favorite of mine against the Lakers was the Magic. If it wasn't for Courtney Lee on that team, they would have won. They would have won that.
Here you go.
They would have won.
Here you go. And see this since you
Why
bring it up.
Orlando Magic.
Orlando Magic.
I mean, Peaches was deep. Was really.
I hated that team.
Was on Kobe. Peaches was
Peaches
giving Kobe a hard time.
Michael Peaches.
Defensively
stopping Mamba.
Yes,
it was playing.
It's just when Courtney Lee went out there.
Yeah, Courtney.
He abused. Peaches wasn't scoring.
He abused. Peaches
wasn't scoring. That's the only thing. If it was offense to defense with them two. If you had Peaches,
and Peaches could score.
So if he could score,
he could.
No,
he had a 3
not
point.
enough.
He had a daily 3 point.
Not enough.
I'm still mad Cleveland ain't beat them boys. So Kobe could have got Kobe LeBron in the
That's
finals.
what I
I'm still
had
mad
it set up.
Had the commercials going, but
they had it set up.
couldn't get it done.
So sad.
I wanted to see that.
Hit that 1-3 though and win that game though. LeBron against Magic, but I think you got 4-1.
That was an iconic moment.
And since you bring it up. That's my team that I was going to talk about. Was actually the Orlando Magic because I was a huge. You know, I don't know why I'm power forward centers is me. So I really had liked Dwight Howard, and people can talk a lot of trash about Dwight and talk about him crying when he finally won it.
Bynum wasn't holding him.
But Dwight was a huge, massive person, bro. Mm-hmm. You was not doing nothing with him. Like you wasn't. Nobody was. And then remember now we talking. Dwight Howard, JJ Redick, straight out of Duke. Mm-hmm. Okay, we talking about Turkoglu,
straight out of where?
Petrus, Lewis. Okay, we talking about Petrus, Lewis, and all of them boys. Like, and it was really
Turkoglu,
Jameer Nelson, and Turkoglu. It was like this was the beginning of like that. You know, the down low post, and then Dwight Howard is so dominant. You got to double him. So like whoever's open is shooting. And they
shout out to Stan Van Gundy because
Stan Van.
I feel like he the reason that happened.
Right, and the whole point was if it wasn't Shaquille O'Neal at that time, it was really Dwight Howard, and then that's when it kind of like it was happening so much like the dichotomy of players. You know, if he wasn't, and then do you know who they brought in after that to say who's going to stop Shaquille O'Neal? My man Jay knew what I'm talking about. Greg Oden. But Greg Oden wasn't as strong as Dwight Howard, though. Dwight Howard was stronger than the mug. Greg Oden was a wiry center, 7'2".
You talking about Orlando?
No. I'm just comparing.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm just comparing the idea at that time.
Y'all had him in it.
Yeah. Greg Oden got drafted by Portland, but the idea was who else was going to stop Shaquille O'Neal was the point at that time. If you gonna play the Lakers, who's gonna stop Shaq? So Dwight Howard possibly could stop Shaq. Tim Duncan possibly could stop Shaq. They got Greg Oden, and they made Greg Oden put on like 100 pounds, and that's when he hurt his knees.
That's when he hurt it.
KD got drafted at number 2 that draft, right?
Yeah,
with Greg Oden.
2.
I could have had KD and Brandon Roy together.
We had number 1.
Ooh.
Yeah. But once again, the idea was if we're gonna get Kevin Durant, who gonna stop Shaq? See, that was the point.
And they front office was thinking about the wrong thing.
That's how. Yeah, hey, but back then that was literally it. Like if you play in the Western Conference, who's gonna play Tim Duncan and who is gonna play Shaquille O'Neal? And then in the East, where it was like, well, if we get to the finals, who's gonna play Shaquille O'Neal? And then so they got Dwight Howard. So that's my team, man. That 2009 Orlando team was tough, was real tough. But they was the original. Put the ball in the middle, let them get a move on, and if you come and double them, I got 3-4 guys out there ready to shoot.
I mean, Dwight Howard was a good passer.
He was. Dwight.
He was enough.
That game he beat LeBron. I'm sorry. That game he beat LeBron. He had 40 and 19.
Yeah,
40 and 19.
And you know what killed that team?
And like 8.
You know what killed that team?
What?
Another Duke player.
Wow. Which one?
The GM, Billy King. You probably don't even know him.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah. Duke,
wow.
Duke players, Duke fans,
crazy.
It's crazy.
I get Duke players and Duke fans confused.
right.
Because a Duke fan could probably play for Duke.
Probably.
So yeah,
I'm gonna let you live.
I like I'm gonna let you talk about Orlando Magic. They had a couple of good teams because I kind of like that Shaq and Penny team.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
I was saying I was gonna say
Houston.
both of y'all teams that y'all pick had another team that should have won a championship also.
Word.
Yeah, I dig it, but they was not about to beat the Dream Shake Kareem.
I don't know. That would have been a great matchup.
Y'all ever saw that the Kevin Garnett telling him how he talked? I'm hitting him with lateral movement.
Yeah.
Did they sweep them boys? They 4-1.
I think they 4-1 them.
Okay, 4-1.
I think they 4-1. They were Orlando 1-1.
Okay.
Just
Kareem
name them players
dropped them
though.
out.
What they had? Nick Anderson.
Yeah.
3D. Scott.
Dennis Scott.
So they had a 3-point shooter,
Penny
Shaq and Penny.
Grant Hill.
Yeah,
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant too. That was a starting 5. That was a nice starting 5 right there. I can see why they beat the Bulls, honestly. And nobody really like to talk about that, but I see how they beat
Horace Grant. Every year somebody left the Bulls and went somewhere else, they gave them issues because they knew what they were doing. You know what I'm saying?
I want to show some love to the Suns too. It was who was it? Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson,
right?
Okay, Dan Marley. Yes, sir.
Nobody's gonna remember my man, my main man
name
on
him,
that
name
team.
him.
Yo, somebody was very underrated on that team, man.
Who was that?
He was on his way. Richard Dumas.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yo, Dumas was eating them boys up.
Pause.
He had some big games. He
Oh,
had some big games.
say.
He had some big games in the series.
Yeah.
While they were at home. And that Richard Dumas. I think they also had Joe Klein.
And
But that big 3 though, that Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson, and Charles Barkley.
And this is once again you throwing back to that year. Chuck Daly had told Charles Barkley, "Hey man, you're the second best player in the world."
No, Ainge was on that team as well.
Ainge was on that team.
See, Ainge was on that team.
Ainge
was everywhere. People sleep.
He was in Portland.
People sleeping.
With Drazen Petrovic.
People sleeping.
But y'all don't.
So the whole thing is like, you know, it takes a lot to get to where you are. But it takes just a little more to get over that top to win the chip, man. It takes a little more.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna give y'all my team that I feel like should have won a championship and just kept falling short to that guy y'all love, Michael Jordan, man. The Utah Jazz, man.
Utah?
1997 Utah Jazz and 1998 Utah Jazz. Which was almost about the same team.
Good team, man. John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, Karl Malone, Byron Russell.
You just hate Jordan, man.
No.
Greg Ostertag, 0-0. Hey, they had a nice team now. They had a nice squad.
Jordan, man. You could have thought of another team.
No, I'm just saying they should at least got one.
You could have.
They should at least got one on.
Man.
It was a good series. Both series was good.
They got lucky. No, hey, but 98, they got lucky, man. Be honest, man. 98.
That's his pick.
I give him 97. Yeah, but 98, they got lucky. 98, they were supposed to lose that one now.
That was a good series.
Your boy Jordan was supposed to lose that one. He got through though. He got through. He great.
It had to be that one.
He great. I had to end with that because
John Stockton is so underrated as a point guard.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the greatest teams ever.
Lead the league in assists. Nobody never gonna break that assist record. By the way,
one thing that got my attention and had my ears like up was when
the Jordan rule.
When Dennis Rodman
I think he lead the league in steals too. My fault.
Oh, for real? Wow.
All time steals and assist leader.
Yeah, right. When he made Dennis Rodman's book, Bad As I Want to Be. when he wrote that book. He labeled John Stockton as the dirtiest player in the NBA.
The dirtiest?
Yes.
Who labeled him?
Have you ever seen John Stockton set picks?
Oh, you talking about like he stick his knee out and stuff?
Nah, he sticks his knee out, he sticks leg, but them elbows, like he
that was back when you could be physical.
For a point guard,
yeah.
John Stockton, he sets a frame. For a point guard, he sets a big frame. So and how many point guards do you know actually set picks? Number one. Mm-hmm. So
I think they was they like the, I don't know if they was the first team, but they really made pick and roll be
a thing.
They had a lot of action going around the elbows, like, you know.
Shout out to Jerry Sloan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another legendary all time coach.
And he basically left, like he like I said, Darren Williams
started that Utah organization.
But who said he was who said it?
Dennis Rodman.
Oh, Dennis Rodman. Man,
talk about it.
But that's what he talking about.
Who are you talking about?
You never seen John Stockton? Who was that John Stockton cut open that time?
I ain't sure. I mean, but this was back when basketball was way more physical than what
John
it is
Stockton
now.
Is a
gotta adapt
player.
to the type of environment or the type of rules of what's going on in the league.
I mean, you
just say he adapted to it.
If you got somebody that's pretty physical on the court, saying, "Yo, man, you gotta watch out for that fella," he knows something.
But you gotta.
But he knows
look at the climate of the league.
He knows something.
That's one of the dirtiest fellas trying to call somebody else dirty.
What I missed?
Dennis Rodman basically calling John Stockton the dirtiest player he's ever played against.
Oh yeah,
in the book, Bad as I Want to Be.
Yeah.
He probably deserves it.
Bro, those elbows. He always has his elbows out.
They don't ever talk about how John Stockton adapted his game to the era, and him being a smaller white guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How he made it work. Stockton and Malone really was Stockton and Malone. That was for real. It was really Stockton and Malone.
Definitely a top 10 NBA duo of all time. In my
opinion. Man, Hornacek was very
underrated.
That dude.
When he came from Philly.
He made the 3-pointer look sexy, man.
Yes, sir. But those are good picks, guys. Those are good picks, fellas. I really dig it.
Oh man.
Dang, what's really going on?
Yeah, here we go. So when we talked about Darvin Ham, we went into everything we were gonna talk about today.
What's that? Texas Tech?
That's the it's Texas Tech. That's all that matters. Oh, let me cover it.
You do what?
Oh man, I see where we going with that right now.
It's a UNC player.
I see what's going on right now.
I thought that was a UNC jersey.
Right.
That's cool.
Hey, keep your hands. No homo, man. Keep your hands. Man, I think you need to show that team.
Oh man, what's going on right now?
It's like he was dunking.
Number 20 for Texas Tech.
Did he break
Darvin Ham?
He broke a goal.
Yes, he did in the '96. I want to say this was the Sweet 16.
Who they was playing?
NCAA tournament.
They were playing North Carolina.
Did
they
they beat them?
Yes, they did.
Oh, okay.
They upset number 4 North Carolina.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Duke got a lot of upsets in the NCAA tournament too. Remember Mercer?
Yeah.
So
dude, they know y'all like that. Stop acting like y'all don't get beat by little T.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. See, you just
bro, it don't look like that.
What do you mean doesn't look like that? Yeah, there's some people missing. I got a nice close up.
It's a whole backboard missing.
Oh, a backboard.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That look like backboard glass to me.
Wow. Antoine Jameson.
Unless they was playing in the snow.
I gotta check that out.
That was Antoine Jameson.
Antoine Jameson did not box out. Number 1. That's how it started.
This Rasheed Wallace too.
That's UNC basketball.
Still to this day, I want to see Antoine. They definitely
that's
bring
stuff
it up
that Duke,
talk about
Duke
it.
does fundamental stuff like that.
Fundamental, like what? Lose?
Wow. This
come
is
on,
wild.
man. Come on.
Y'all definitely lost, bro.
So basically,
recently too.
Anything else you want to say?
I'm sorry. I just want to make. I'm trying to figure out. I thought the picture had more. Why? I feel like the picture should have had like that person showing. Like most dunk ons have the person that's being dunked on.
Do not worry about who else was supposed to be in the picture.
Right.
Forget that. It's Darvin Ham,
Julius Peppers,
coach of your team, right?
Right.
Coach of your Lakers,
right? Lakers,
hard nose.
Yeah.
He's gonna get in some. He's gonna get some texts. He's gonna get in some little spats with players.
Does everybody know? Does everybody know? Quick tidbit. You know where he's from? Y'all know where he's from? Saginaw, Michigan, where Draymond Green is from. And one of my good aunts, Jamel Hill. Shout out to Jamel Hill.
Saginaw.
Yeah, Sag Nasty. That's what they call it because it's tough out there.
Well, they got some talent out there.
This really hurt. Sure. I'm not gonna lie. I thought we was gonna go far. You know, with what we had.
You a Texas Tech fan?
What?
You a UNC fan?
Of course.
Okay. My fault, man. I didn't know.
So you know, got what? Antoine, Vince.
Wow, yeah.
Williams, Ed. No,
this was she. She was there.
Ford was the point guard. Wasn't he?
Damn, son, I'm that old. 96, man.
Wow.
96, bro. Phil Ford.
Wow, deep. That's deep. Taking it back.
I'm done.
Taking it back.
Y'all calling me old.
Taking it back.
So, yeah. So Darvin Ham, this is a great moment in sports. I just thought that would be, you know,
that's dope.
A great. What is that?
There you go.
Definitely.
I think that was a great one. I think that was a great one. So yeah, Darvin Ham used to have Hobbs, was also in the 1997 slam dunk competition in the NBA. Is now the head coach of the Los Angeles.
Hey, let's get it done, Mr. Ham.
You know,
yes,
God
sir.
So what y'all?
That's how he got put in the slam dunk contest right there.
What y'all gonna do with your Uncle Russell?
That's dope.
Trade him.
Get rid of him, man.
But we got to make a smart trade. Can't just hey, we just want.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know if this is.
We got
to
get something back in return.
I saved this. It says Russell Westbrook has formally asked for a request. Has formally requested a trade from the Lakers. His list of preferred trade destinations include the Warriors, the Bucks, and the Heat.
Warriors.
None
of them teams want him.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I got a team that wants him.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I know a team that wants him.
You're gonna have to go to a small market team. You're gonna have to go to a small market team, dog. It's simple. You're gonna have to go to a small market team.
Oh, okay.
No, that's where he need to go. Hey, Russell Westbrook, first round pick. I've been saying this for the long. Russell Westbrook and AD can go for Lillard. I'll trade both of them just to get the deal done. And we can just start with LeBron and Lillard.
I don't believe
that'll work.
I don't believe.
I'm sure
y'all holding Lillard hostage up there at this point.
Sure
for real. I know you're a Portland
team.
fan. Y'all holding that man hostage. Y'all holding that man career hostage at this point.
Sure there's a
And Westbrook last.
You loyal, bro. We not gonna look at you for not being loyal if you ask them boys to trade you. You done put the franchise on your back and did as for as much as you can. They let your homeboy go CJ McCollum go for a bag of chips, bro. Like,
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was
CJ
crazy.
McCollum,
Wow.
y'all ain't get fair. They want I feel like New Orleans fleeced y'all for that.
Nah, when it comes to like
for a bag of rap
expiring
snacks?
contract, at the end of the day, if somebody's in the last year of their contract,
A new flavor.
Okay.
you have to basically either break. These days,
I feel like y'all could have traded them for
New
y'all could have went with
Orleans,
The New Orleans seasoning.
more, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
we're fine.
Got that water snacks. Got the water snacks. And we got the water snacks.
But you traded for a bitch.
Hey, they gotta put Dame.
Hey, boy.
No, they gotta put
Free
McCollum
Dame.
on the
man.
red snakes.
Yo, you'll see.
That'd be
about
funny.
it.
But look,
my
hey,
boy,
look, we gonna talk about
to
it.
LA,
Hey,
Dame.
Portland has a young core that
worry
just like Portland.
They
One of them
gonna be-
teams like if you look at
Y'all
Portland
time coming.
Trailblazers.
Y'all time coming.
Portland got that team like the Orlando
time
Magic.
they time
I asked who was picking on the Celtics, not in the.
Yeah.
I thought it would take way longer for
They
them
wanted to break them up. They wanted to break
I
up the
saw that
Celtics so
Celtic
bad.
trajectory. I saw that Celtic trajectory going because they look at the players they had. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And they was in the Eastern Conference Finals a few years.
Yeah, and we was
A
good
couple
in the
years.
bubble, but the Heat took them out.
Yeah.
Took us out. And it's the maturation process took place, and now we headed to the finals, man. So I think we didn't cover it all, boys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me cover some celebrity birthdays real quick.
Hit them, Trevor.
I'm just hitting celebrity birthdays. CeeLo Green, hip hop and R&B artist, definitely. I say R&B artist.
Gnarls Barkley.
Come out
Yeah.
the closet, free.
Yeah, that's you hard. That's you hard. Do.
Yeah,
That was the one that got a bowl.
made
Like
some great
solo,
music.
like.
Yeah, shout out to Dungeon Family and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph Carter. Do y'all know who Ralph Carter is?
Is it Ralph Lauren? No, I'm just kidding.
Ralph Carter is Michael off of Good Times.
Wow.
Oh, with the big nose.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is his birthday.
Hey, what was
today.
his slogan? What he used to say?
That's not Dynamite. No.
No, he used to do this. He used to do something like that.
Ralph.
You
He was smart.
said he said
JJ something. I don't know, man. See,
Shout out to Good Time. I love
I
that
don't
show.
know that.
Shout out to Remy Ma, female rap hip hop artist.
Okay.
It's her birthday today.
Bet.
And one more, Big L, which is
R.I.P.
Yeah, he was actually he was on Yo MTV Raps with Lord Finesse. I heard, but he unfortunately he got murdered at the age of 24.
And that would have been like the dynamic of hip hop.
Yeah,
yes.
And he was associated. He was associated with Jay-Z somehow.
They had a big rap battle. Yeah. Shortly before he was murdered.
Yeah, they did
that show. He might have been. Might have been that dude.
And they did the thing on Hot 97. It's a tape. They did it a freestyle, live on air. It's never been like heard of before. Crazy. And Jay-Z and Big L went and
that's some talented art. Like you hear them freestyle like when him and DMX was like it'd be like intense, bro. Like,
DMX just went to another world.
Before we go, real quick, y'all.
Something serious too.
Hey, I'm gonna hate on y'all boy from the 4-letter network. He used to always say the name Slava Medvedenko.
Yeah.
He used to always stress his name.
My Uncle Steve.
And then, not saying that you never know. He probably asked him, "Can I say your name like that?" You never know.
He might have bumped into him.
He played him light, man. He played him like a lightweight all the time. Say he was a bum, the worst player, whatever. He called him out a lot. He pissed on him a good bit, man. Just put it like that. And right now, this guy is he definitely has my respect. I've never respected him as a basketball player, but as a man, Slava Medvedenko is a real man, fighting for his country, doing what's important.
Right.
Not caring about a game. He used the game to actually propel him to take care of his country.
There you go.
You know what
that's
I mean?
Deep.
And that's just real. So like
Ukraine, right?
Yeah, from Ukraine, along with the Klitschko's.
Yeah, shout out to the Klitschko brothers.
They out there fighting for their country, literally, like taking guns, arming themselves, and fighting for their country.
Because this
they
stuff
could
in Russia
easily
is crazy.
say, "I'm just gonna stay in the States, man."
Yeah.
Godspeed, y'all get by the best way y'all can.
Kind of remind me of football player
Pat Tillman.
Pat
Tillman. That's I think that's very patriotic. I think that is that's what you want out of a fighter. That's a fighter. That's a real fighter. So shout out to Slava Medvedenko, because Lord knows he hasn't always had the best, the best publicity at all.
Commentary analysis.
Right. The analysis was on point. But he didn't. He probably look what he has at home. Look what he has going on. Some people just don't like. I don't care. Look how much I'm making. I can take care of my family.
Right.
And he made it to the NBA. That's already hard to do.
Right. Hardest league in making it, man.
So Slava Medvedenko is the man.
Is the
period.
Man. Yeah.
He's the man.
Shout out to Slava, man.
For one day, I just want to shout him out because nobody in this world probably
had Slava Medvedenko.
Real.
He had a real and could shoot.
What?
I said he can shoot.
Shoot what? He can shoot a gun right now.
He had a jumper at one time.
He ain't had no jumper.
I think he had a jumper.
Nah, you think about Sasha.
Not Vucevic.
He ain't had a jumper neither.
Sasha. No, He was I'm not thinking of Radmanovic
and won championship with them boys.
Slava Medvedenko.
Anyway, Slava Medvedenko, man. Shout out to you.
Got any more last thoughts before we end the show?
What else? Pretty much, man. We covered the gamut.
Waiting on the finals, man. Waiting on the finals Thursday night, game 1.
And this is what we've all been.
Boston, what you gonna do, baby?
I want the Celtics to get
what's happening?
I don't want him to get no publicity. I want him to get.
Neil Long gonna be at game 6.
Crying. I want to see her cry.
I don't want to be right there. Well, hey, man, you know how we do, man. Each and every week right here, man, RecRoomSports, man.
Yeah, you could have picked me.
You know what I'm talking about? We got my man, Coach Macomilly, a.k.a. Coach Joey.
You could have picked me.
We got my man, T-Sweat, better known as T-Sweat, man. We got J on the MIC, man. We got your boy, K-Whit, a.k.a. Hustle Westbrook. We having a great time. Make sure you check us out. Like, share, subscribe. We gonna do this again, I promise. Because next week is gonna be on.
Make the NFC East great again, baby. We gonna do it.
Shout out to the Washington Commodores.
Right.
Thanks for watching.
No.
Like, share.
No, sir. Hey, we gonna make the NFC East great again. Forget what they talking about. Forget what they talking about, baby. Yeah, I'm straight. starting this over. Just tell y'all that. Here I go. Here.
Oh, my neck.
Yeah. Take command, yo. They gonna take command.